Coach, you guys have, to this point, have set yourselves up for a pretty good opportunity. I feel like at this point now it's all playoff games in a way.
Well, we went out, we go to the Pac-12 championship, so it's exciting. It's a lot of fun, and matter of fact, when you start the Pac-12 play, it is a playoff game each week. The way it works out, because everything matters. So it's exciting. It's great to be here at home. We're playing an excellent team in Washington State. They're on a win streak. I think they've won 8 in a row, and we've won 4 in a row. So it's going to be an excellent college football game.
Does the intensity need to ratchet up a little bit, though?
I hope it's always high. I think it's always high. I think it's just there's more at stake with the win. So I think that hopefully their intensity is always high and ready to go, and our guys will be fresh and ready to roll.
Mike, at the beginning of the season, you talked about this team's hunger, especially the seniors, and how hungry they were to have that one last great year here. Do you sense that still is within that team as they head down this stretch at all?
Definitely. And they want to leave an excellent legacy, and they're doing that. They can inspire us in the moment now, what they do and with the culture they leave with these guys and the work ethic and how they showed up to play. They leave an excellent. They've already left a really excellent legacy. They can just keep doing what they're doing and kind of put more icing on the cake, so to speak, for sure.
Coach, what is it about Mike Leach's version of the spread that is so challenging for other defenses to face?
Well, number one, their quarterback is extremely accurate. Falk, he does an excellent job. Number two, their running game has improved this year. Their running backs, Mike's running the ball more, so that's given them another dimension. And Falk, the quarterback, does a great job of getting him in the runs and getting him in the plays that Mike wants him to get him into. He does a lot of checking, so he does an excellent job of that. So I think the combination of Mike Leach, he understands their offense, he understands what he wants to do, and their quarterback completely thinks like Mike does out there. And I think that's why they're so productive, and the quarterback's so good at what he does.
When you watched the Arizona film, did you see anything you didn't notice the other night? Anything jump out at you? Pretty much what you expected.
No, I thought we played extremely hard. We did a lot of good things. They bounced outside on us on a couple of runs there that we ended up fixing that hurt us. I think they had about 85 yards rushing on two of those bounces, and we fixed that in the second half. So that was kind of what we saw. It's exactly what we thought on the field. The field is what we saw in the film too.
Is this a strength versus strength game on Saturday with their passing game and your secondary to a degree?
Yeah, but they're very good on defense too. I think that's Washington State defense is playing really well. So I think it's just two good football teams playing against each other, and it's going to be a fun football game for both sides. I just hope we come out on the winning side of it.
Coach, do you think that little rough patch, I guess would be the right word, that the offense went through for the past 2 weeks, or 2 of the last 3 weeks, kind of helped them in the long term?
Yeah, I mean, we made some mistakes. We had some penalties. We dropped the ball. We would have had more points. Both those defenses are good defenses. I think that they just keep concentrating and understand, just keep playing. I think they showed that. You can't get frustrated. You just got to keep going and make sure you do the little things right.
You mentioned this is two good football teams. For the first several years of the Pac-12, these were two of the teams that were offensive bottom. Is it fun to see the Pac-12 kind of flip over like that? I know it's more fun because you're part of it, but to see teams like this, see teams that have traditionally been near the bottom now at the top, does that make things a bit more fun this week?
I think it does for the fans and everything. I think that the players both sides have kept working hard. Their coaching staff has worked hard. Our coaching staff has worked hard to get everything turned in the right direction. So as far as that goes, I think it's exciting for us to be in this opportunity. And Washington State, they did really well last year. Went to a bowl game, so I think we're probably a little bit more surprised than Washington State is.
Coach, last week Isaiah Oliver had commented that there really hasn't been a game this year where offense has been great, defense has been great, and special teams have been great. Is there anything in particular this week that you're kind of going to tell the guys to gear them up to hopefully accomplish that for a big game?
Well, that's something we talk about all the time, and you point out different things. I think that we definitely had 3 or 4 games. I'd say 4 games probably that all three phases worked really well. And then we've had some games where one phase is kind of not done as well, the other phase is taken over. And that's what good football teams do. You don't have to rely on the offense having to score 50 points every game to win it, or the defense having to shut them out every game, or having to make spectacular 55-yard field goals, all the time. So I think that we would definitely like to put all three phases together. And I thought we had, we did. I thought that was a pretty good game Saturday night there. They made some plays, but we knew they would. But I thought overall it was a pretty good overall, all three phases. But you definitely, what he's saying and what we talk about all the time is when you get into a game like this where you have really good football teams, all three phases have to show up. With one phase falters a little bit, the other team, when you're that evenly matched, can take the game over. So that's where we all have to do that well.
Coach, how do you feel about the guys calling him Showtime Shay?
Showtime Shell, they always, he called himself that, I think, first. No, I'm teasing. No, they're just messing with it. They mess with each other all the time. They're just ribbing each other and having fun with it. It's good.
Your line was banged up the other night.
Uh-huh.
Do you know anything about Jared and those guys that were out?
Jared was out today. Jeremy's back. And Sam was back. And everybody was back except for Jared today with his ankle. So
Jared
we'll see.
had a shot play this week.
We'll see as the week goes on. Hopefully he can do some more later in the week. We'll find out.
Any idea on Sean Irwin and his status?
Sean was out here today, moving around some. Hopefully by Wednesday he'll be able to go. So we're optimistic that he'll be able to play Saturday. But it just depends on how it goes during the week.
Is Kyle Evans healthy?
Yeah, Kyle's healthy.
Okay.
Kyle's healthy and doing real well.
He didn't run the ball on Saturday. Was that?
We get
Phillip and those
yeah, and Phillip was hot. Phillip's really hot, and he didn't get as tired. It was a cool night, and the way. Here's the other thing: when you play on Fox, they have like 5 million timeouts, and it lasts forever. So it stays a little fresher. But we definitely believe in Kyle, and definitely believe he can do a great job. And we don't have any hesitancy of putting him out there whatsoever.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
All right,
Coach.
thank you.
Thanks, Coach.